What a load of shit that was. Manchester United get absolutely torn apart by Newcastle, and the scoreline was pretty fair to us, to be honest. We only lost 1-0. Yeah, by stats, we only conceded 1 goal. Not too bad, is it? We only got a negative 1 goal difference. How we stayed in that game, I have no chance. It was like a cat who's caught a mouse and they're just playing around with it in the kitchen, just torturing it. That's what it was like tonight. Newcastle didn't get out of second gear. They played with Manchester United tonight. It was absolutely pathetic. Not one Manchester United player turned up tonight, let's say, apart from Harry Maguire. And Harry Maguire, you know what? I can't say anything bad about you, and at the moment I feel like I take back everything I've ever said about Harry Maguire, because right now he seems like the only player that gives a shit about this football team. Erik Ten Hag, I'm really starting to lose patience with. My granddad downstairs who watched the game with saying that he's almost Ten Hag out. I've got my mates messaging me saying that the players aren't showing any passion. I see all this, you know, I'm watching the same game as you are. Rashford offering us nothing. He needs to be dropped now, because right now Rashford is like a battery and the batteries ran out of the TV remote. That's what it's like, but we're still trying to turn on the TV remote with no fucking batteries. That's what Rashford's offering us at the moment. He offers us nothing. It's like playing with 10 men. And you know what? Let's take another one away. Scott McTominay. Why did he start tonight? Like, Newcastle are a very physical team, and we've always had to build up in possession against someone like Newcastle. McTominay averages 40 touches per game. Not passes, touches. McTominay is absolutely useless in this possession-based team. I understand he's scored a lot of goals for us, and it's because our strikers haven't been scoring goals. But that's because because we've got no service from the midfield. We've got Bruno Fernandes who's dropping in deep, playing deeper than McTominay. What is McTominay's role in this team? You've got Kobe Mainoo, our young prospect, who's just been like a worm just thrown into the ocean and just like as bait. Almost. He's being fed to the fishes. Like, Kobe Mainoo is being absolutely exposed. This is supposed to be a young youth player. We're supposed to be nurturing this team and build up and get better and help him progress as a footballer. He's 18 years old, and the guy's just played 70 minutes against Newcastle, one of the top sides in the Premier League. Now, what Newcastle have done under Eddie Howe is very good, but they've spent an absolute fortune, but they've spent it well. Unlike the other United in Manchester United, we just throw money onto the fire. It's just that on a burning bonfire. It was terrible from Man United tonight, and I know everyone says, how much money have we spent? How many managers have we gone through? How many brilliant players? How many prospects? How many decent players have we bought? And they've not worked out. So, you know, everyone who wants to say all that jazz, right? Let's actually analyse and look at it. You can't tell me that Mourinho, Van Gaal, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralf Rangnick and Ten Hag and any other manager we've had post Alex Ferguson have all been terrible managers. Plus the signings, Ronaldo, Cavani, you know, I don't even know what else, your Paul Pogba's. Like, all these players that we've signed along this journey since Alex Ferguson retired, you cannot say that every player that hasn't been a success has been a bad player. It's the football club, and this is why we're glazed out. And hopefully Sergio Ratcliffe does take it around when the deal fucking goes through. But I am absolutely sick to death of this team. And Ten Hag is to blame for tonight, because at the end of the day, he got his tactics wrong again. It was terrible from Ten Hag. Playing McTominay, playing Rashford. For weeks, they have shown that they're not good enough. Yeah, McTominay might gate crash into the box and score a lucky goal or get a decent goal, whatever like credit or award you want to title his goals at. But for me, I think McTominay is an impact player. I've said this from day one. Super sub McTominay, and he will do a little bit and he will offer you a little bit. But as a starter for Manchester United, he should not be playing. And this is what's happened. You know, we've got a massive injury crisis. We're missing Casemiro. Obviously, Mason Mount's out injured. We didn't replace Fred. Like, Fred, we wanted to check Fred's passport. We labelled him as one of the most inconsistent players we've ever had. But look what's happened to Fred, you know. Where's that energy in the midfield? We've got Kobe Mainoo, who's just being slaughtered at the moment. But there's no balance in the midfield, and this is why we're losing games. Maguire, You know, I blame the fullbacks on the goal we conceded tonight as well. Dalot just stood still and let the winger, let Trippier cross it to Anthony Gordon. And Wan-Bissaka wasn't even covering Anthony Gordon. He looked over his shoulder once when he sees that Anthony Gordon's about to make the run. But what happens? He focuses on the ball, and then by the time he's seen the ball being crossed, boom! Anthony Gordon, the little scouser, has just ran past and tapped it past Onana. It was terrible defending on that goal, and we lacked focus. And the fact that Newcastle only won that game 1-0 is embarrassing on their behalf, because they should have had at least 3 or 4 goals. Like I said, it was like a cat playing with its food, or it's like its victim, whatever it was. It was absolutely terrible. Maguire, best out of the bad bunch, gets my man of the match. But Ten Hag, we've got Chelsea on Wednesday. And you know what? If we don't beat Chelsea, then, you know, there's going to be a lot more fans saying Erik Ten Hag out, because you need to prove and change something on Wednesday and fast, because the service and the system is not working. It happened last season. Your tactics aren't clearly working and they're not suited for the Premier League. I don't care if you haven't got the players that you think that you need for this team. You've got your ball playing goalkeeper, you've got your striker, you've got your wingers, you've got Mason Mount. I know he's injured, but you have had signings. Now, yes, at least 3 or 4 of them are out injured, but even when they were all fit, you either didn't play them or the system still didn't work. And this is why Erik Ten Hag has got so many question marks above his head, because is he the right man to take Manchester United forward? Because right now he's like the Pied Piper, just like piping away a load of pissheads into a pub at the moment that are already blacked out. That's what Erik Ten Hag's doing at the moment, and it's absolutely terrible at the moment. It's like he's blind or something. The way Ten Hag is, like, you know, he still makes his standard like substitutions. He makes his substitution on the 60th minute and the 80th minute. Why? Why, when he can see something's not working, he waits and sticks at it? I don't know whether it's his stubbornness, I don't know whether he's thick, I don't understand. But right now, Erik Ten Hag, these losses are on you. Yes, some of the losses, like Galatasaray, when we drew with them 3-3 in our previous game, that was on Onana, because the tactics we actually did all right in. But against Newcastle, you're going to need a physical dominance. Where was Amrabat today? There was no defensive cover in that midfield. We got torn apart today. Joe Linton, and I'm not going to sit here like other United fans that will probably be moaning about the referee, about not giving other players red cards and yellow cards, and then giving yellow cards to United players, because we know I'm not going to say it's rigged, but realistically, why did that happen? But I'm not going to sit here blaming the ref, because we shouldn't need the ref to bail us out to try and get a few points. We should be beating Newcastle. A few years ago, we described them as a zebra crossing because they wear the black and white. It's supposed to be an easy path to 3 points. But look at them now. I don't even know what to describe it now. They're like a zebra charging at us, and we're just like a little tourist with our little like Polaroid camera or something. We just get trampled on. It's pathetic at the moment with the way we're playing at the moment, and there's no system, there's no tactics, and Erik Ten Hag, you need to change it now, because your job is at risk. I'll sit by here and back you until I'm blue in the face, but right now, tonight is giving me a bit of a foot up the arse, and I feel like I am approaching Ten Hag soon, and it's the only first game of December as well. We've got Liverpool in a few weeks, we've got Chelsea next week on Wednesday. You're telling me that Erik Ten Hag's going to turn it around this month, because December, for years in the Premier League's history, is known as the title deciding month. It's about halfway through the season. You then see which teams stand a chance, who's going to be in the title race, who's going to be challenging for top 4, all that BS. And Man United right now, we don't stand a chance. The teams that are competing for top 4 are levels above us at the moment. And last season, we got off very lucky. And the people who are trying to make it out to be positive, that we're playing like decent football, we're doing better than we did last season. We're already out the Carabao Cup, so there goes that trophy. I don't think we stand a chance in the FA Cup. we're probably going to be out of the Champions League, probably drop down to Europa League, maybe even not. We might even be out of Europe completely. So if it carries on the way it does, we are fucked, is all I have to say. It was an embarrassing performance from Ten Hag and majority of the players. Martial, you know what? I'll give him a little bit less of stick because he got no service today. Garnacho, probably one of our only shots on target until we actually started going for it in the 80th minute. You know, what happened to the Manchester United that we loved? You know, 20 minutes FC. Where's that United gone when we actually gave a shit for 20 minutes? Now we don't even care. Now we just run around. I think we skip training. There's a report saying that Erik Ten Hag is apparently overworking players at the moment. I think we don't even do fucking training. I think we just go up to every match, have a run around. There's your 90 minutes. You know, we've done our 10k. You know, we've done our 10,000 steps. There you go. That's Andy. Let's go home. You know, where we win, lose or draw, because that's the mentality of the United players at the moment. Not one of them seems like they actually want to change the game. They're just picking up the wages, going home to the ugly wives, probably demented kids. And actually, that's a bit personal. I'll tell you that's a bit far. But I'm just frustrated. I'm honestly very, very frustrated with the way we've played tonight. And it's disappointing, but it needs to change now, because I will not be the only United fan on YouTube right now moaning and ranting about how it needs to change. Erik Ten Hag, cut your bullshit, cut your stubbornness, because you were brought in to change Manchester United, so change it. But right now, it's not working. So let's wait until all your players are back from injury, and let's go again and try and start this amazing system that you want to implement into Manchester United. Because realistically, for Ajax, yeah, you did all right for the Eredivisie, but you didn't win anything in Europe. So, you know, for Ajax, that's the massive question. Was Erik Ten Hag actually that good and we've just signed an absolute bimbo? I don't think so, because I believe in my manager. But is that delusion? Is it naivety? Or is it just pure stupidity? I don't know anymore. But I'm just sick to death and I just want change, because if we lost to Newcastle tonight 1-0, but we actually tried, I'd be here, you know what, the boys put up an effort, but Newcastle were the better team, end of story. But that is not what happened tonight. It was David versus Goliath, but we weren't even David. Cut the name in half, we were Dav. That's what we were tonight. We were absolutely shit. It needs to change now. Otherwise, Erik Ten Hag is going to lose his job. He needs to change his tactics. He needs to change his start 11 rapid, because otherwise he's going to lose his job. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe to Red Devils TV if you are new. Leave a like on the video. Comment down below on your frustration or your happiness if you're a Newcastle fan or rival fan. I don't care anymore, but please subscribe as we continue our road to 1,000 subscribers.